I've never seen such a badass man. Set in a desolate valley, he built a tidy, exquisite log cabin with his own 2 hands. Inside, there's a warm fireplace to chase away the chill, and the exterior design is stylish and elegant. Here, cooking or warming oneself by the fire can be done with ease, as autumn gracefully arrives. Mark then plans to find a spot on the hill behind to create his own leisure cabin. Before long, he had found a perfect spot. Surrounded by majestic mountains, it's like a natural harbor against the wind. He gathered sturdy logs. First, he patiently stripped off the rough bark. Then, he sharpened several small sticks and set up 2 simple stands for placing the treated lumber. Afterwards, he gathered many stones from the hill behind. Seeing that the materials were ready, he officially began his journey of building the cabin. First, using an ancestral crystalline positioning method, he precisely determined the location for the foundation. Next, he began creating natural cement. He evenly spread the cement along the foundation lines, then laid down stone slabs. Once it reached the desired height, the next step was to fill the foundation frame with soil. Mark expertly leveled the soil, then began laying the floor. The variously shaped and sized stone slabs were neatly arranged by his skillful hands. As the floor installation was completed, he moved the carefully processed logs, firmly standing them at the 4 corners of the foundation, serving as the main load-bearing pillars of the log cabin. Next, he brought over 4 more logs to connect the support pillars in sequence. Finally, he placed another column at the southern door of the cabin, marking the location for the main entrance. With that, the wall framework of the cabin was assembled. The mountain weather is unpredictable. At this moment, a gentle rain began to quietly fall. Yet, eager to move in as soon as possible, Mark did not stop working at all. He then began constructing the roof, planning to create a traditional slanted roof for the cabin, cut into small pieces. For the experienced Mark, this simple technique is almost effortless. After that, he processed some logs to use as battens for the roof. The next morning, after the rain, the weather cleared up. Mark also made sure to leave space for a small window in the roof. Due to the significant temperature changes between morning and evening in the mountains, addressing heating was his top priority. He meticulously planned the location of the fireplace. In his design, the fireplace had to be not only functional, but also aesthetically pleasing. Thus, he decided to construct it entirely out of stone blocks. With the stove cover installed, next came the construction of the chimney. At this moment, the narrator finally understood why Mark was so committed to building this cabin. The surrounding area was rich in delicious wild delicacies. While speaking, Mark completed the chimney stacking. To speed up the curing of the wild cement, Mark couldn't wait to light a fire to test the fireplace. Seeing the smoke, you could tell everything was functioning correctly. Taking advantage of the sunny weather and gentle breeze, Mark began to construct the walls. He started by collecting wild moss and placing it between the cabin's logs for insulation and improved wind resistance. Mark meticulously stacked layers of moss and logs together. He then used leopard skin to create frames for the windows. Of course, he applied the same technique to the roof's gable parts. As the construction continued, a cold wave swept through the valley and snow began to fall the next day. Mark, undeterred by the season's first snow, continued his construction. With the walls completed, the next task was sealing the roof. Mark meticulously fixed logs of similar size in sequence on the rafters. Considering the roof's water resistance, Mark ultimately abandoned the design for roof windows. As the temperature continued to drop, heavy snow fell incessantly. Ensuring the roof was waterproof was crucial to avoid disturbances from rain and snow in future residences. He meticulously laid out and securely fastened the waterproofing materials on the roof. Don't just see Mark as a country lad. Yet, he possesses a remarkably high aesthetic standard. He trimmed the roof's edge with a layer of log boards as decor. Even the bare roof didn't escape his beautification efforts. It must be said, Mark's aesthetic sense is spot on. The final step was making the doors and windows. He meticulously planned the needed square wood materials by hand. After determining the window frames, he firmly secured them with iron nails. Then, he installed glass obtained from a second-hand store in the village. Mark also took care to clean them thoroughly. Next, Mark measured the door size and handcrafted a solid wood door. In the end, he didn't forget to add some decorations. Accustomed to using local materials, he even designed the wooden handle with an artistic touch. With that, the entire cabin was successfully completed. Let us sincerely wish that Mark can enjoy a comfortable and pleasant mountain life in this new home he built himself.